At 68, I never imagined I'd be living with diabetes, but I also never imagined I could feel this good, this strong, or this alive. When I was first diagnosed at 64, I'll admit I was scared. The word diabetes carried so much weight needles, diets, doctor visits, and a future I couldn't quite see clearly. I thought it meant life as I knew it was over. But over time I realized something powerful. Diabetes didn't end my life. It just asked me to start living it differently. And that's why I'm sharing this story not as a medical expert, but as someone who has walked the road you might be standing on now. Whether you're newly diagnosed or have lived with diabetes for years, you deserve to know this. You can still live well. You can still enjoy mornings, meals, movement, and meaning. You can still be you. This story isn't just about blood sugar. It's about learning to listen to your body, to feed it better, to move a little more, to let go of guilt and focus on what is possible, not what's been lost. In the pages that follow, I'll walk you through what I've learned not just about food and numbers, but about hope, habits, and the quiet power of small choices made daily. We'll talk about warning signs, what to eat, how to move, and why your mindset might matter more than you think. Because this isn't just a story about diabetes. It's a story about reclaiming life after 61 step, one bite, one breath at a time. Why it's different, and what that means for you. If you were diagnosed with type 2 diabetes after turning 60, you're not alone. In fact, seniors over 65 make up one of the largest and fastest growing groups living with this condition in the U.S. But here's something many people don't realize. Diabetes in older adults is not quite the same as diabetes at 40 or 50. Your body, your needs, and even your risks are different now, and understanding those differences can make all the difference. The aging body and insulin resistance. As we age, our bodies naturally undergo changes. Muscle mass tends to decrease. Metabolism slows. We may move less than we used to, or experience changes in hormones. All of these factors can lead to a condition called insulin resistance, where your cells don't respond as well to insulin, the hormone that helps sugar move out of your blood and into your cells. Over time, this can cause blood sugar to build up, leading to type 2 diabetes. Hidden symptoms and delayed diagnosis. For many seniors, diabetes sneaks in quietly. There may be no obvious signs at first. You might feel tired and assume it's just age. You might lose weight without trying, or start urinating more often but not think much of it. That's why many older adults are diagnosed late, often after a complication like blurry vision, a foot wound that won't heal, or even a stroke or heart issue. Other conditions can make diabetes harder to manage. Many older adults live with more than one health condition. Arthritis, high blood pressure, heart disease, memory changes. All of these can make it harder to eat well, stay active, or take medications properly. Plus, some medications you take for other issues might affect your blood sugar without you knowing it. Why emotional health matters just as much. Diabetes isn't just a physical condition. It can take a toll emotionally, too. Feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, or even ashamed is more common than you think. Some older adults feel guilty about being a burden to family. Others quietly avoid managing their diabetes out of fear or confusion. But there's no shame in your diagnosis. With the right support, you can take back control. The bottom line, understanding how diabetes shows up in your life today at this stage, with your body, your lifestyle, and your needs, is the first step. You don't need to manage it perfectly. You just need to begin. And with knowledge, support, and a few simple changes, you can absolutely live a rich, full life. In the next section, we'll talk about the quiet signs that often go unnoticed and why recognizing them early could change everything. The small signals that matter more than you think. Diabetes doesn't always knock loudly on the door. Sometimes it whispers. And when you're over 60, those whispers can easily be mistaken for just aging. That's why so many older adults live with undiagnosed diabetes, and why knowing the subtle signs could protect your health, your independence, and your peace of mind. Feeling tired all the time. We all get tired, right? But if your fatigue is persistent, unexplained, or deeper than usual, it might not just be aging. High blood sugar can prevent your cells from absorbing the energy they need, leaving you drained even after a full night's sleep. Blurry vision. You might think it's your glasses or dry eyes, But frequent changes in vision could be a sign that your blood sugar is affecting the small vessels in your eyes. If left untreated, this can lead to diabetic eye disease or even permanent vision loss. Unexplained weight loss. Losing weight without trying may sound like a blessing, but for older adults, it can be a red flag. When your body can't use glucose properly, it starts breaking down muscle and fat for energy. If you're shedding pounds without changing your diet, it's time to pay attention. Increased thirst or frequent urination. One of the classic signs of high blood sugar is needing to urinate often, especially at night. Your body tries to flush out excess sugar through urine, which can also make you feel constantly thirsty. If you find yourself waking up more than once a night just to go to the bathroom, don't dismiss it. Numbness, tingling, or pain in hands and feet. This could be a sign of diabetic neuropathy, a nerve-related complication that often starts subtly. If your hands or feet feel asleep, tingle, or burn, it's worth getting your blood sugar checked, especially if the sensation comes and goes. Slow healing wounds. A small cut or scrape that lingers too long, especially on the feet, can be a warning sign. Poor circulation and high blood sugar both make it harder for your body to heal. That's why foot care is so important for seniors with, or at risk for, diabetes. 2. Mood changes. Don't overlook emotional symptoms. Feeling irritable, anxious, or unusually down could be linked to blood sugar fluctuations. If your mood feels off, talk to your doctor, and not just about your mental health, but your physical health too. These symptoms may seem minor on their own, but together they tell a bigger story, one that deserves your attention. You know your body better than anyone. If something feels different, don't wait. Ask, check, act. In the next section, we'll dive into the heart of managing diabetes. What you eat, when you eat, and how food can become your daily medicine. Food isn't the enemy. It's your daily partner in living well. One of the first things people hear after a diabetes diagnosis is, you have to change your diet. That can sound overwhelming, even a little scary. After all, food isn't just fuel. It's comfort. It's culture. It's Sunday dinners, birthday cake, and coffee with a friend. But here's the truth. You don't need to give up joy to eat well. You just need to make a few loving adjustments, not to punish yourself, but to support your body. And after 60, these changes can make a bigger difference than ever. The golden rule. Keep it balanced and steady. Your blood sugar loves stability. That means meals that combine high-fiber carbs like oats, beans, sweet potatoes, and whole fruits. Healthy proteins like eggs, chicken, tofu, or fish. Good fats like avocado, olive oil, or nuts. Try to eat at regular times each day and avoid skipping meals, especially breakfast. A steady routine helps your body process sugar more predictably and prevents dangerous highs and lows. Best foods for seniors managing diabetes. Let's take a look at what works with your body, not against it. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and arugula, packed with fiber and low in carbs. Berries, naturally sweet, full of antioxidants, and gentler on blood sugar. Beans and lentils, high in fiber and protein, they slow down digestion and glucose spikes. Whole grains. Choose oats, brown rice, or quinoa instead of white rice or bread. Fatty fish like salmon or sardines. Great for heart health and inflammation. Greek yogurt, plain. A creamy, satisfying snack, high in protein and calcium. Cinnamon. May help improve insulin sensitivity when used regularly. Remember, fresh whole foods are your best allies. When in doubt, shop the outer aisles of the grocery store. That's where the real food lives. 2. Foods to avoid or limit. You don't have to eliminate every bad food forever, but these are best enjoyed rarely or in tiny amounts. Sugary drinks. Soda, sweetened tea, fruit juice, they spike blood sugar fast. White bread and pasta, highly processed and stripped of fiber. Fried foods, high in unhealthy fats and calories, which can worsen insulin resistance. Baked goods. Cookies, cakes, pastries often contain both sugar and refined flour. Low-fat or diet labeled foods. These often hide added sugars or chemicals to make up for lost taste. Instead of cutting these out cold turkey, try replacing them with better options. For example, swap white toast for sprouted grain toast. Replace soda with sparkling water and lemon. Choose a piece of dark chocolate over a packaged cookie. Sample. Daily meal plan for seniors with diabetes. Breakfast. 1 boiled egg. 1/2 cup plain oatmeal topped with blueberries and cinnamon. Black coffee or herbal tea. Lunch. Grilled chicken salad with spinach, cucumbers, tomatoes, and olive oil vinaigrette. Small apple or pear. Water with lemon. Dinner. Baked salmon or tofu. 1/2 cup quinoa. Steamed broccoli or roasted carrots. Chamomile tea. Snack. Optional. A small handful of almonds, or half an avocado with a sprinkle of salt. Meals like these are not only blood sugar friendly, they're delicious, filling, and easy to prepare. Tips for eating well after 60. Chew slowly. It helps digestion and gives your body time to feel full. Drink water throughout the day. Dehydration can raise blood sugar. Use smaller plates. Portion control becomes effortless when the plate is just right. Don't eat too late at night. Aim for your last meal at least 2-3 hours before bed. Cook at home more often. You'll know exactly what's in your food. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent and kind to yourself. Eating well with diabetes is not about restriction. It's about nourishment, rhythm, and respect for your body's changing needs. In the next section, we'll explore how movement, even gentle movement, can transform the way your body uses sugar, boost your energy, and protect your independence for years to come. Small steps, steady rhythm, big results. You don't need to run marathons to manage diabetes. In fact, you don't even need to leave your living room. What your body needs most after 60 is gentle, consistent movement, the kind that respects your joints, supports your balance, and helps your body use blood sugar more efficiently. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day can have a profound impact on your health, energy, and mood. Why movement matters more after treads. As we age, muscle mass naturally declines. This affects how your body handles sugar. The more you move your muscles, the more efficiently they use glucose for energy. Regular physical activity can lower your blood sugar levels, improve insulin sensitivity, support healthy weight, reduce the risk of heart disease, ease joint pain and stiffness, improve sleep and emotional well-being. You don't need intense workouts. You just need movement that's safe, enjoyable, and sustainable. Best types of exercise for seniors with diabetes. 1. Walking. A simple walk around the block, in the mall, or even in place at home can make a big difference. Aim for 15-30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. 2. Seated exercises. If balance is a concern, chair-based exercises are a fantastic option. Try seated leg lifts, arm circles, or gentle twists. You can follow along with videos online or create your own routine. 3. Tai Chi, or yoga. These slow, graceful movements improve flexibility, circulation, and balance, and can reduce stress, which is key for managing blood sugar. 4. Light resistance training. Use light weights, or soup cans, to build strength. Strong muscles support better glucose control and prevent falls. 5. Gentle stretching. Stretching keeps your joints limber, prevents stiffness, and feels good. Try to stretch daily, especially in the morning or before bed. When and how to move. Before meals. A short walk before eating can help your body handle food more smoothly. After meals. A gentle 10-minute stroll after dinner can reduce blood sugar spikes. Morning routines. Start the day with light stretching and breathing exercises to wake up your circulation. Daily rhythm beyond exercise. Movement is just one piece. Your daily habits as a whole matter. Here are a few gentle changes that support your entire system. Stick to a sleep schedule. Going to bed and waking up at the same time helps balance your hormones, including insulin. Hydrate steadily. Dehydration can lead to higher blood sugar. Sip water throughout the day, not just when you're thirsty. Sit less. Stand more. Every hour, stand up and stretch or take a few steps even inside your home. It keeps your blood flowing and your sugar levels from rising too high. Take deep breaths. Slow, intentional breathing activates the calm part of your nervous system. Stress hormones like cortisol raise blood sugar, so managing stress helps you manage your numbers too. You don't have to do everything at once. Pick one small habit and stick with it for a week. Then build from there. Progress isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters, consistently and with care. In the next section, we'll shift focus to something just as important as food or movement: how your emotions, relationships, and sense of purpose affect your blood sugar and your life. Because diabetes isn't just physical, it touches every part of who you are. Living with diabetes isn't only about numbers on a chart or what's on your plate. It's also about how you feel when you wake up, how supported you feel when the day feels heavy, how hopeful you remain when managing your health feels like a full-time job. That's why emotional well-being is just as important as physical care, especially after 60. The quiet toll of stress and loneliness. Many older adults silently carry the emotional weight of chronic illness. There's the stress of managing medications, the guilt of needing help, the fear of being a burden, and too often, the loneliness that comes when routines change or loved ones are no longer near. But these feelings don't just live in your heart, they live in your body too. Chronic stress can raise blood sugar by increasing hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Even mild anxiety or sadness can impact your appetite, sleep, and motivation, making diabetes harder to manage. You don't have to carry it alone. The good news? Support changes everything. Studies show that people with strong social ties and emotional support tend to manage diabetes better with lower A1C levels, better medication adherence, and a higher quality of life. Talk to someone you trust: a friend, a sibling, your doctor, a support group. Write in a journal. Sometimes putting feelings on paper helps you understand and release them. Join a local or online diabetes support group. Sharing with others who get it can be deeply healing. Consider faith or meditation. Many seniors find strength through prayer, mindfulness, or quiet reflection. You're not weak for needing connection. You're human. A story of quiet strength. Eleanor, 75, was newly widowed when she was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. At first, she isolated herself, skipping meals, ignoring doctor visits, and feeling hopeless. But one day, she joined a gentle yoga class at her local senior center. She didn't say much at first, but over time she made friends, found routine, and rediscovered joy. "I stopped feeling like I was fighting this alone," she said. And that changed everything. Be gentle with yourself. You're doing the best you can, and that matters. Every effort you make, no matter how small, is a step toward health, peace, and resilience. Some days will be harder, but with support, kindness, and purpose, you can live beautifully with diabetes, not in spite of it, but alongside it. In the final part of this journey, we'll bring everything together with hope, reflection, and a powerful reminder that your story isn't finished. In fact, it may be just beginning. Because your life isn't defined by a diagnosis, it's defined by how you keep living it. You've made it through a lot already, not just through the pages of this story, but through the years of your life. A diagnosis like diabetes may change your routines, your choices, your awareness, but it doesn't change who you are. You are still a whole person with memories, wisdom, humor, heartbreak, love, and hope. Diabetes is a part of your life, not the whole story. You've learned more than medicine. Along this journey, you've learned how to listen to your body. You've discovered how food can heal, how movement can strengthen, and how breath can calm. You've seen how small daily choices like walking after dinner, choosing fiber over sugar, or drinking one more glass of water can create big ripples in your well-being. And perhaps most importantly, you've remembered that you're not alone. A new chapter, not the last one. At 68 or 78 or 88, life isn't over. It's simply different. You may move a little slower, need more rest, or carry new responsibilities, but you also carry something else: perspective, resilience, grace. That is your strength. That is your legacy. Every day you choose to care for yourself. You send a message to your family, to your community, to the younger generations watching. Growing older is not about fading, it's about deepening. One final thought. If this story has reminded you of your strength, if it has helped you feel seen, understood, or just a little less alone, then let that be your next step. Share what you've learned. Help someone else. Begin again, gently, today. Because your story doesn't end with diabetes. It continues with courage, clarity, and the quiet power of choosing to live well, one beautiful day at a time.